Hello everyone and welcome to Wellness Wednesday. Today I will present to you an adjustment that's in the textbook that just came out. It's called The Depth and I just received it yesterday. I'm very proud of it. It took about 10 years to get this done. So a lot of love and attention was put into it, and so I'm happy to share it with you. I made both my textbooks, The Core and The Depth, really accessible for anybody. So even if you, so this is a good place to start because all the concepts are explained and you can just practice along. So go get your copy of The Depth. So the methods of correction, they were created by Master Murai because we tend to do a lot. We put a lot of stress on our body, and with all of that, all the other flows that are in the core, they didn't completely resolve the projects. And projects are issues that in the art of jinshin we call projects. So symptoms, disease, we call them projects because we work with them and they're actually fun to work with and they change very quickly. So this adjustment is wonderful for lung projects particularly. And also if you have looked at the core, it's an adjustment for the mediator flow. When the mediator flow, and that's the flow that moves between right and left to right, when that one gets burdened because of our emotions, then sometimes we need these methods of correction. So they're easy to apply. So let's jump right into it. And we will place our left hand on the left 11 and our right hand on the 22. In the book, you see that I put a little hand there on the 22 with this directionality. So your fingers are pointing up. If you practice this on someone else, you sit on the right side. But on yourself, it's easy. Just place your left hand on the left 11 and the right hand on the left 22. And that's the first step. So the first step of any adjustment or sequence is dynamic. All the other steps are really facilitators. So I tend to stand a little bit longer on the first step. And just this hold in and of itself, of course, harmonizes the lungs because 11 allows for the inhale and 22 allows for the exhale. It's on the front of the body. And if you have a lung project such as asthma or bronchitis or any other kind of lung project, then you will probably find some tightness or tenderness right here at the 22. So let's take a few breaths here. And when you exhale, send the energy down all the way to the toes, or at the tip of the toes it becomes the inhale. So that takes a little bit of practice to exhale completely, to empty out our system. Very nice. When we exhale completely, we let go of everything we don't need so that we can receive the abundance. Very nice. And when the 11s are open, also it allows for the 3s to ascend. And sometimes when the 11s become congested, it can affect 3. And 3 is also very important to the breathing. 3 harmonizes the exhale and inhale, and it's like a revolving door. So even when you hold your 11, you can kind of place your hands at the top of the 3 a little bit as well. And then we will move our right hand to the middle finger, and we're going to use the back of the finger, so right here. So with your thumb, you can place it on the middle finger, and you can move your fingertips around to the palm side. But we're really focusing with the next 3 fingers on the back side. The back side of the fingers allow for the inhale, allowing for the energy to move up the back. Take a nice deep breath here, and then let's move to our ring finger. Again, to the back of the ring finger right here. The ring finger also harmonizes the lungs on a depth level. And then to the little finger, opening up our heart and harmonizing our deep emotions or trying too hard, efforting. And then we will move to our index finger on the palm side. Again, that also helps the lungs because the lung flow actually moves through the index finger and the thumb. And this hold, if you know the large intestine flow, is the first step of the large intestine flow. So also you see how all these flows, adjustment sequences, they overlap, and you find many relationships between them. And then to the thumb. The palm of the thumb to self-soothe, make us calm, peaceful, quiet. So this is also a nice hold when you want to go to sleep. And we know that babies sometimes suck their thumbs, right? They're self-soothing. Very nice. And feel for the transformation. Observe if safety energy location is beginning to open, if it's starting to change, dropping your shoulders. Very nice. And now we will move our hand to the 2, safety energy location 2. So I'm on the left 11 and right 2. 2 is the lower back right here, bringing in the innate wisdom. Very nice. And now from the 2 we will bring our hand to location number 8. You can go around like this. 8 is located right here at the head of the fibula. It's at that knee joint, or you can come around like this. Okay, like this. Or like this, whatever feels comfortable for you. So when you do a figure 8, you may want to come from below, from underneath. Figure 8 connects waist up with waist down. It brings in balance and rhythm and peace as well. So 8 is dynamic, and holding 8 and 11 again is dynamic to open up the lungs. And then the last step is we move our hand from 8 to high 19 on the same side. So this hold in and of itself, 11 and high 19, dynamic to open up the lungs. You can also use that as a hold, as a quick hold, a one-step hold. So I would recommend this one and this one if you just have time to do one. So there's a lot of notes here in the depth, and when you are ready to read all about it, then you will get to it. We have a big community here from beginning students to really advanced students. So I always like to give a lot of information so that everybody feels welcome and included. And if it's too much for you, then just hear what you can hear at that moment. And that's very important, because over time you will hear the same thing, and then you actually say, oh, aha, now I get it, now I understand it. So again, we can practice the art of jinshin on every level, and also share it with a loved one, share it with a friend who may benefit. If they have a long project, just share with them this first simple hold to open up the lungs. So if you like the video, please subscribe to our channel, share it with a friend, and like the video. I thank you so much for your support, and I love practicing with you. I'll see you next week.